Hello everyone, welcome to a new episode. Today I will be showing you how to render a model using Keyshot software, and I will explain the 10 simple steps to follow to achieve a photorealistic rendering at the end. So stay tuned. I will be opening the Keyshot software right now. That is the first step. So it will take few seconds to open the software. Now the second step is to import the part. You can import the part using two options. There are two different options to import the part, and the first option is when you open the software there will be a dialog box and you can see an import option right here. Otherwise you can just close it and click on File, Import. Now choose the part you have to import into the Keyshot software and click on Open. I am not going to make any changes in this dialog box because I am doing it for the beginners. Just click on the import option. Yeah, now the part is loaded in the Keyshot software. Now you can rotate the part using the left mouse button like this. Now you can see that the part is not properly touching the ground. This part is not portion of the part is not touching the ground, so we have to adjust it. So the third step is to adjust the orientation. In order to do that, just right click on the part and you can see that there is an option called Move Model. Otherwise you can just do the same by clicking on the scene option here, and under the model set you can see your part and right click on that, and there is a Move Model option on that also. You can use that. Both are same. There will be a dialog box, so you can see that there are several options to move the part like translate, rotate and scale. If you select one option, it will be highlighted in blue color. So I am going to rotate this edge to make it touch the ground plane. So I am disabling the translate option and just selecting the rotate option. Now select the translate option, pull the green arrow downwards. Rotate it a little bit more and pull the green arrow again. And now it is almost touching the ground plane. So I am clicking OK. And when I change the view to this side, you can see that this part is not touching the ground. So I am again right clicking on the model, selecting the Move Model option. So the part is almost touching the ground. You can see that it looks more natural right now. So at this stage I want one more copy of this part. So what I am going to do is just right click on the part and click on duplicate part. Now there will be this translation and rotational motions enabled here. You can just pull the arrow. Now I have adjusted the orientation of the second part also. Now the fourth step is to apply material on these parts. So in order to apply materials, under the library you can see that there is an option called materials. So there are several kind of materials here. I am just selecting this Bombay blue option under this paint. So just select the Bombay blue paint, click on that, drag and drop onto the part. Repeating this for every part. Now the material is applied. Now the fifth step is to adjust the environment. We are not going to make deep adjustment onto the environment. We are only going to make basic adjustment, but you will get photorealistic rendering at the end. So you can see that there is an environment option available here. Just click on that. Ground shadows are already enabled. Also enable this occlusion ground shadows. You can see that the shadow on the ground right now, and you can see the environment options under this scene. Click on that. Here is the environment, default environment. You can change the environment here. under this library you can see an environment option here. There are interior environments, outdoor environments, studio environments, etc. You can also download environments from the cloud library of the Keyshot. So I am selecting this umbrella environment here. Drag and drop. So we have to adjust this lighting right now. There are two options, settings and HDR editor. We are not going to make any changes here. We are only going to change the background options, and that is the sixth step actually. We are going to apply a backplate here. Now currently the lighting environment is set as the background. You can also set any color as the background. In order to do that, I will show again. Just click on the color options and click here. You can choose your favorite colors like this. I am not using any colors for this project. I am using a backplate. You can see a backplate option here. Click on that, and there are several default backplates available in the library. You can also download backplates if you want. I have downloaded one for this project, so I am clicking on that, drag and drop. Yeah. Now under this environment you can adjust the lighting and everything. So in order to adjust lighting, under the transforms, under the transform option, you can see you can adjust the rotation of the lighting here. So I am applying it 150. You can see that the lighting changed. So till now we have covered 6 steps. We opened the Keyshot, imported the part, adjusted the orientation, we applied the material, we adjusted the environment, and we have applied a backplate to the scene. Now the 7th step is to adjust the lighting. So click on the lighting option. Now you can see that under the lighting preset it is selected as basic as the lighting option right now. I am going to change it to product mode, and also I am going to change the shadow quality. Right now it is 3. I am going to increase it to the maximum, which is 5. I am not going to make any changes here. So we completed 7th step, and now the 8th step is to adjust the image quality. So in order to do that, click on the image, and under this you can see that there is a vignette option. Click on that and adjust it. Only do slight adjustment, don't overdo that. So now the 9th step is to apply some labels on this part. You can see that on this rendering I have applied some labels like this onto my model. So I will show you how to do that. So in order to properly apply the labels, we have to first set the camera in a correct orientation, otherwise the labels will look weird. So click on the camera option here, click on the back view. So the orientation is correct right now. So we are going to apply labels on this part only right now. Click on the materials option, double click on that. Yeah, you can see that right now. You can see 3 options here: properties, textures and labels. Click on the labels, add label, and browse for your label. So I have already downloaded a PNG file. Here I will be opening that, and the label is opened. So it is automatically applied to this surface. We have to adjust the size of the label. So in order to adjust the size of the label, just scroll down. Here you can see under the size and mapping there are two options: scene units and DPI. Now it is selected as DPI. If it is scene units, try to select the DPI option, and under the size you can select increase the value. Just try different values. So I am applying 250, again increasing the value to 300. Yeah, I am satisfied with this size of this label. So next thing is to move the label. In order to move the label, you can click on this move texture option here. And right now I am going to adjust the orientation. Now I want to translate this label, so I am selecting this translate option here and unchecking the rotate option and just move it as you want. Now you can see that I have already applied the labels onto the part. Now the final step is to render the model. That is the final and 10th step. You can see that the labels are applied onto it. Let's open the rendering window. In order to render this model, there is an option called render right here. Click on this option, render, and here I am only making minute changes in this window. First thing you have to do is you have to provide a name for your file. So I am going to name it as just 1, and you can select your default folder. So in order to select the folder, click on this folder icon here. I am going to select it as desktop for now. Click on the select folder. I selected the format as JPEG. I am going to select the quality as 100. I choose the resolution as 920 by 410, and I am going to render all these layers. I am going to tick all these layers here and here. Now the final step is to click on this render button. So a new window will open. I will enlarge that. So I am not going to fully render this model as I have already made one. I will show you that. I am going to just close this. So here are the two images I generated earlier using KeyShot. You can see the labels, and I have added an additional label here. And I hope it was useful for you. Subscribe for more videos like this, and thanks for watching.